A number of voters this election year say they don't like either party's candidates. Hoping to fill that void is one of the country's largest third parties, the Libertarian Party. They held their convention in Washington, D.C. this past weekend. And for Your Voice, Your Vote 2024, we met their presidential candidate and also witnessed what happened after one wing of the party invited Donald Trump to come crash it. Our MaryAlice Parks was there.
It surprised and angered many libertarians this weekend to see Donald Trump stumping at their convention.
I am truly honored to be invited here tonight as the first president in American history to address the Libertarian National Convention. Great honor.
In this neck-and-neck race where every vote will count, Trump tried his hand at appealing to the crowd who want minimum government and maximum civil liberties.
We want government out of our business, out of our wallets, and out of our lives. And I will never allow the creation of a central bank digital currency.
While some of his lines landed, Trump even promised to put a libertarian on his cabinet. Most in the room were not having it.
You cannot have capitalism and also have open borders, because you will soon be turned into a socialist nation, then a poor nation, and finally you will be a failed nation.
His beliefs too different from theirs. In the end, flustered by the frosty reception, Trump ended up mocking the group.
Keep getting your 3% every 4 years.
Fundamentally, it upset many libertarians that a nominee from another party would be given a platform when they were convening to nominate their own candidate.
It's inappropriate. He is the presumptive Republican candidate. He is our opposition.
But Angela McArdle, chair of the party, defended her decision and the debate.
We have an incredible opportunity tonight, and I'm really grateful for it.
Party members point to how Trump racked up the national debt, continued wars abroad, and appointed anti-abortion judges as strikes against him.
He grew the budget tremendously, spent more money than Obama. He's not good on fiscal policy. He's not good on the war on drugs. He's not good on immigration. He did not fix the immigration crisis.
The party's former national committee chair, especially vocal in his opposition, telling me,
So Donald Trump is not a libertarian because Donald Trump is an authoritarian who doesn't believe in the rule of law, doesn't believe in the Constitution, doesn't believe in individual rights.
In 2016, the Libertarian candidate Gary Johnson was fairly well known as a former governor of New Mexico. In key states like Michigan and Wisconsin, he garnered about 4% of the vote, far more than the margin between Trump and Hillary Clinton. There was buzz going into the convention about whether libertarians would join forces with independent candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr., his focus on opposing COVID lockdowns and vaccine mandates aligning with the party.
I don't recall any part of the United States Constitution where there's an exemption for pandemics.
Had he secured the nomination, Kennedy could have ended up on nearly every state ballot automatically. But even his supporters acknowledged they did not see him as a libertarian. And like Trump, he didn't get very far when it came time for the party's delegates, who do things a little differently, to choose their candidate for president. It took 7 hours of deliberation and voting, with the party eventually choosing Chase Oliver. Oliver making history as the first openly gay candidate to win their party's presidential nomination.
I ask for your support in this election. I ask for your support the day after this nomination takes place. We will travel all over the country, spreading this message, building our party, supporting our activists, and supporting a broad, powerful message of liberty together.
For those who don't know you, your 30-second elevator pitch.
My name is Chase Oliver. I'm a 39-year-old candidate for president of the Libertarian Party, and I'm fighting for each and every individual's right to own their own body, their own business, their own property, and their own life, and keep that out of the hands of the government.
Oliver has a long way to go to become president of the United States. He told me he viewed Kennedy as, quote, a warmed-over Democrat, and Trump as an authoritarian. What would he do if elected?
If you submit me a budget that isn't balanced, it will be a budget that is vetoed. We will not be adding to the debt and deficit when I'm president, if I can help it.
On immigration?
We are an immigrant nation built by immigrants. We are made stronger by immigration. And so I would support easing the process to allow people to come here and work, get started here.
Public schools?
I oppose public schools. I think we should have actually more choice in education.
And on the war in Gaza?
We're going to stop funding the military-industrial complex with wars all over the world.
Does that include cutting support for Israel?
Yes. It includes cutting military aid and support for every nation around the world.
Now, the party says they also invited President Biden to speak. His campaign put out a statement in response to Trump's remarks, writing, Donald Trump says his Republican Party is the party of freedom, but tell that to the women who've had the freedom to make their own health care decisions ripped away, or the teachers that have been told what books they can have in their classroom. Both Biden and Trump very aware how relatively unpopular they are, and that this pro-abortion, anti-war group of government skeptics, while small and quirky, could make a big difference in November.
The election just a little more than 5 months from now. Our thanks to MaryAlice Parks for that. And if you're an undecided voter still considering who you'll support this November, we want to hear from you. Find out more by scanning the QR code right there on the screen, and ABC News may contact you to be part of our election coverage.